Welcome, students. Now we are going to discuss the chapter in the kingdom of fools. We were discussing this chapter. In the previous videos, we have seen that disciple and guru both arrived in the kingdom of fools. They were surprised to find that no one is working in day, and when the evening arrived, all started their work and both purchased several commodities. After eating, Guru realized that this is the kingdom of fools. In this kingdom, fools are living. To spend several times here, to spend a lot of time in this kingdom is not a good thing. It is a foolish thing. So Guru decided to leave the place as soon as possible. But disciple was not willing to leave the place. He was not willing to leave the kingdom of fools because here he got the food at lowest price. He ate a lot. He was happy and he decided to remain there. Guru said, "Okay, you remain here, but later on don't say what they will do with you. These are foolish persons who are living in the kingdom of fools. What they will do next, no one can predict. Okay, so you should leave this kingdom." But disciple was not ready to leave the kingdom. He remained there. After that, one incident took place in the day that a thief broke into merchant's house and he looted the house. And when he was coming out of the house, the wall of the old house fell on him and he died. After this incident, brother of thief went to meet the king and requested him to give compensation for this injustice. Now he told that the wall of the merchant's house, the wall of the merchant's house is weak. That wall fell on my brother and he died. So merchant should be punished. King said, "Okay, justice will be done." Merchant was called and merchant said one thing, that he didn't make the wall, so this is not his fault. It is the fault of the bricklayer. It is the fault of the person who made this wall, so that person should be punished. Now the bricklayer was called. Again the king said, "Now you have killed, you have murdered his brother, so punishment will be given to you." At this point, bricklayer said, "1 minute, I am not the real culprit. At that time there was a dancing girl who moved here and there several times, so I did not concentrate on my work, that is the construction of the wall. So that girl should be called. That girl is a real culprit." Now finally the dancing girl was called. Now see, up to this point we have discussed. Now see, the dancing girl, now an old woman came trembling to the court. She was trembling. Why? Because she was old. And the reason why she was trembling, because king had called her. She was summoned in the court. That's why she was trembling. And another reason for for her trembling is that she is an old woman. "Did you walk up and down that street many years ago while this poor man was building a wall? Did you see him?" This was the question put up by king. "Did you walk up and down that street many years ago when this poor man was building a wall? Did you see him?" Dancing girl says, "Yes, my lord, I remember it very well. I remember, yes, this is the man who was constructing the wall at that time when I was walking up and down there." So you did walk up and down with your anklets jingling. You were young and you distracted him. You distracted him. Him here refers to bricklayer. So he built a bad wall. It has fallen on a poor burglar and killed him. You have killed an innocent man. That was the charge put on Dancing Girl, that you have murdered a man. You have killed a man. You will have to be punished. So finally punishment will be given to you because you have killed a man. She thought for a minute and said, Dancing Girl thought and said, My lord, wait. I know now why I was walking up and down that street. I had given some gold to the goldsmith to make some jewelry for me. So this was the argument presented by Dancing Girl. I had given some gold to the goldsmith to make some jewelry for me. He was lazy scoundrel. He made so many excuses and said he would give it now and he would give it then. That was when this bricklayer saw me. It is not my fault, my lord. It is the damned goldsmith's fault. And so on all day he made me walk up and down to his house a dozen times. So this was the argument presented by Dancing Girl before king. The king thought, poor thing, she is absolutely right. She is absolutely right. Weighing the evidence, we have got the real culprit at last. Get the goldsmith, wherever he is hiding at once. This was the another order made by king. Go and get the goldsmith. So इस पैराग्राफ में हमने देखा कि डांसिंग गर्ल को राजा ने बुलवाया, जो कि अब बूढ़ी हो चुकी है और कहाँ पर ही थी, कोर्ट में। उसे कांपने का दो कारण है। पहला कारण यह है कि वो बूढ़ी हो चुकी थी, दूसरा राजा ने उसको कोर्ट में बुलाया था तो डर के मारे वो ट्रेम्बल कर रही थी। राजा ने उससे पूछा, क्या तुम जब ये पुअर मैन वॉल बना रहा था उस समय तुम क्या अप एंड डाउन कर रही थी? उसने बोला, हाँ ऐसा हुआ था। उसने कारण बताया कि इसका मेन कारण क्या था कि गोल्ड स्मिथ है जिसको कि इसने कुछ गोल्ड दिए थे ज्वेलरी बनाने के लिए, और ये लेजी स्काउंड्रल है जिसने बहुत बार मुझे जो है दौड़ाया, जिसके कारण जो है ये ब्रिकलेयर अपना काम सही से नहीं कर सका और मुझे आना जाना पड़ा, और इसलिए मैं रियल कल्प्रिट नहीं हूँ, बल्कि रियल कल्प्रिट कौन है? गोल्ड स्मिथ है। और राज बाद में कहता है, नहीं अब किसे बुलाओ? गोल्ड स्मिथ को बुलाओ। नाउ गोल्ड स्मिथ वॉज कॉल्ड। नाउ सी द किंग bailiffs here means officers. The king's bailiffs searched for the goldsmith, who was hiding in a corner of his shop. He was hiding. When he heard the accusation against him, he had his own story to tell. When this accusation was put against him, then he had his own story. What was the story, you see? My lord, he said, my lord, I am a poor goldsmith. It is true I made this dancer come many times to my door. He accepted. Who? Goldsmith. I gave her excuses because I couldn't finish making her jewelry before I finished the rich merchant's orders. So again, goldsmith has given another excuse. He said that I was preparing the rich merchant's orders. I was following the rich merchant's order. That's why I make her to come and go again. They had a wedding coming and they wouldn't wait. You know how impatient rich men are. Who is this rich merchant who kept you from finishing this poor woman's jewelry, made her walk up and down, which distracted this bricklayer, which made a mess of his wall, which has now fallen on an innocent man and killed him? Can you name him? Goldsmith named the merchant. He is the merchant. He was none other than the original owner of the house whose wall had fallen. Finally, now justice had come full circle. The one circle was made. It started from merchant's house and it comes to an end at merchant's house. Because the order was given by merchant to goldsmith. Sorry, goldsmith, yes. Now here you see, though the king back to the merchant. When he was rudely summoned back to the court, he arrived crying, "It was not me, but my father who ordered the jewelry." Again you see, merchant arrived. He said, he was crying. He said, "It was not me. It is not my fault. It is my father's fault who ordered the jewelry. He is dead, I am innocent. He is dead, I am innocent." So, merchant's son said, because merchant has gone. But the king consulted his minister and ruled decisively, "It is true, your father is the true murderer. He is dead, but somebody must be punished in his place." That is very important. Your father is the true murderer. He is dead now, but somebody must be punished in his place. You have inherited everything from that criminal father of yours. That is very important. You have inherited everything from that criminal father of yours. His riches as well as his sins I knew at once, even when I first set eyes on you, that you were at the root of this horrible crime. You must die. So, this is the final decision made by king, that merchant's son will die, because he has inherited not only his father's property but also his sins. That's why he must die. That was the argument presented by king. So इस पैराग्राफ में हमने देखा कि किंग के जो ऑफिसर हैं या बैलिप्स, वो गोल्ड स्मिथ को पकड़ के लाते हैं, जो कि अपने दुकान के किसी कोने में छुपा हुआ था। जब उसे ये चार्ज पता चलता है कि उसे ये ऊपर चार्ज लगाया गया है, तो वो अपनी कहानी बताता है। कहता है कि मैं पुअर गोल्ड स्मिथ हूँ। ये सही है कि मैंने डांसिंग गर्ल को जो है कई बार आने और जाने के लिए मजबूर किया, क्योंकि मैं जो है रिच मर्चेंट के ऑर्डर को तैयार कर रहा था, क्योंकि वो वेडिंग होने वाली थी और आप जानते ही हैं रिच मैन कितना इम्पेशेंट होते हैं, और जिसकी वजह से मुझे इसको जो है आने जाने के लिए मजबूर करना पड़ा, और ये आई गई और वॉल तो सही नहीं बन पाई और फाइनली ये घटना घटित हो गई। इसके बाद राजा पूछता है, बताओ भाई वो कौन है, किसने ऑर्डर दिया था बनाने के लिए ज्वेलरी? बोला कि मर्चेंट ने दिया था, जो कि ओरिजिनल ओनर ऑफ द हाउस है, जिसके घर की दीवार गिरी और थीफ मर गया। तो यानी ये एक पूरा सर्कल बन गया। मर्चेंट के हाउस से कहानी शुरू हुई थी, वहीं पे आके ख़त्म हो गई। अब ये कहता है, अब फाइनली जो है, जो इस समय जो ओनर है मर्चेंट हाउस का, उसको बुलाया जाता है, जो कि मर्चेंट का बेटा है, उसको बुलाया जाता है कि ना तुम्हारे पिता ने क्राइम किया, वो जिंदा नहीं है, इसलिए तुम्हें जो है पनिशमेंट मिलेगी, क्योंकि तुमने केवल प्रॉपर्टी ही नहीं ली है अपने फादर की, बल्कि उनकी सिन भी तुमने ली है, इसलिए तुम्हें मरना पड़ेगा। सो दैट वाज द, यू कैन से, the decision made by the king.